I can't taste you. I can't think of you. Do we exist at all?
Mark, it's great to see you here in Moscow. Thank you for coming here again for the second time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So.
Third time already, I think even. Yeah, third time. Also.
Third time here. Oh, okay. So I heard it on the grapevine that you've just come back from Red Square. Is it true?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was your impression?
Yeah, you have to have seen it. So we've been there once before. Yeah. And the first time we were there, it was dark, and now we had the chance to go there by daylight. So we went there again. It's a really nice square, and they're preparing for the festivities. So
for the 9th of May.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so you liked it?
Yeah, it's not my taste actually.
Not that architecture.
No, it's not my taste, but it's impressive, I must say.
Oh, that's very nice to hear. So the first question, of course, about your future plans, because this tour is coming to an end, and you've already announced the other tour, your European tour with Elevate and with Scar Symmetry. Sorry. So, and what are your expectations? Are you excited about that?
Yeah, the expectations are, because it's a really strong package that we can play the even bigger venues now. And we never played such big venues as we do on this European tour that is going to come up with Elevate and Scar Cemetery. So if what happens, what we are hoping for, then we have these places filled and packed, and a lot of people. Yeah, but you never know for sure. It's you always have to see.
So shy.
No, it's the way it is. And I think as soon as you start thinking and expecting something, then you will be really disappointed when it not happens. So my expectations are always a bit lower, and then if it's better than my expectations, I'm happy. And if it's the same as my expectations, I'm still happy because I met my expectations.
That's a very wise way.
Then that way you're always happy.
Yeah, well, I think I may notice that in my head. So, and your recent DVD retrospect is quite a great show, and I want to ask you, weren't you thinking of making another DVD or maybe music video? What are your plans?
Sooner or later we will definitely do another DVD. We have still so many songs that we didn't play on that show that are worth to be on a DVD, like Kingdom of Heaven, for example. So there should be a show with also some other tracks, and but we will wait a bit before we have some new albums released. So after one or two more albums, we start thinking about another DVD. But it needs to be also a good opportunity, a new good occasion, like when we exist 20 years or something really nice again.
A big date.
Yeah, big date.
Speaking of something else, I know that you have written soundtrack for the movie Joyride, and is it true that you also wrote soundtrack for some computer games? I heard it.
Yes, yeah. There was Assassin's Creed we wrote there, but it was not used. I must say they gave a bunch of people budget, and we were second. So we had of all the list, everybody sent in. They loved our song, but there was one song they liked more. Otherwise, Epica would have been in Assassin's Creed, which is a huge game. So that's a pity that it didn't happen. But we also recently wrote, or not wrote, but I participated together with Simone and Koen in a new computer game.
Oh, really?
And but that was somebody else writing the music, and we just they used our voices for that. And so but it sounds really cool. So I'm really curious how that's gonna work out.
Didn't you think about making soundtrack for some movies, maybe some proposals?
Yes, when there comes an interesting proposal, we will definitely think about that. Because Joyride was a really nice experience. We got to make a soundtrack for a movie, and but it was a Dutch movie and it was not a huge budget, that movie. So for a first time, it was a great experience. But if we ever get a new chance, there needs to be a better production. So this same thing we would decline. But if it's a better production with some good story and everything, we would definitely think about it. Yeah.
Okay, so and what's going on with mine right now? Nothing really. So you just don't have time for that, or don't have any idea?
It was really a rough, tough year last year because there was 2 albums released, mine and Epica, and both bands were also touring. And I noticed it was a bit too much for me, that I had almost no free time, and that when writing an album and recording and everything takes a lot of your energy. And imagine when you do 2 at the same time, and especially writing lyrics takes a hell lot of energy from me. And I needed some time off after all the things were done. I said to myself, let's wait a little bit, and when the time is right,
Take a rest.
Yeah, take a rest, because if you get a burnout, that's the worst thing that can happen. So you have to listen to the signals that your body tells you, and my body told me to take it a bit easy. And with Epica still pretty busy, and that's no problem because now I can keep it up. But if there would be more shows at my end going on now, it would be too much.
So, tell me, when you first came to Russia, did you have any, I don't know, fears or maybe prejudice against Russian audience or something like that? What did you?
Not really, but the more I tour around the world, the less I have them. So, all these prejudices that people have about other cultures, the more I'm on the road, the more I find out it's all nonsense. Of course, there's some habits that is more with some group of people than with others. That's of course true, but they always make it bigger than it actually is, and especially when you meet people, our fans, they don't differ so much from each other, from Russia, from Germany, from United States, from South America, from Japan, from Australia. There's many more things that people have in common than differences.
Yeah.
So
And they beat it all the differences between people.
yeah, and I always get a bit I'm a bit allergic to prejudices, and I always step into a country with an open mind. Also, for example, when we went first time to China, in the Western world, they bomb us with all these prejudices about how China is, how bad it is. And when you're there, it's different than what you think it would be when you believe what they tell you. So always the best thing to do is go out there yourself and find it out by yourself. And the only thing what is true about Russia, and that what I really also seen, is that people are quite rude in traffic.
Rude in traffic. Oh,
Yeah.
we have this thing. It's not the most pleasant thing about Russians.
Today there was our driver. We were in a van. He made a mistake, but the guy was very mad, and then he overtook us. He stopped, got out of his car, and was.
He started threatening.
And yeah, that was it. He did, and then he left.
I'm so sorry. I'm personally sorry for him. Please forgive him. He
but-
had a bad day.
Yeah, but you can find also many videos on YouTube where because people have all these cams on their dashboard and all these things. What happen is it's quite funny. And I live in Italy nowadays, and I thought in Italy it was more like the worst drivers.
Very expressive.
Yeah, they are really fanco. And then, but in Russia it's way worse than in Italy. Yeah.
Like it looks like people want to kill you sometimes.
That would be really rare that somebody gets out of his car and to tell you. Yeah, that would not happen. People are just mad there, do like, fuck you, they say then. And that's it. And then 5 seconds later they forgot it already. That's Italy.
I want to move right now, move to Italy. So
No, but everything has its advantages and disadvantages. So here people are a bit rude in traffic, but yeah.
You know this one, I'm pretty sure. But we want to see a mosh pit with this one. Is that possible over there? Yeah? You are the leader of the mosh pit.
So, speaking about evil things, I was always wondering that many people, especially those of the elderly age, they consider metal and other types of heavy music as something demonic, coming from Satan, from devil. And so, how do you think? Did you have to overcome this misunderstanding? Did you face this misunderstanding? Yeah, and you keep. And what are you doing with this? How do you think can the situation be changed?
First of all, I learned it's not my problem. So when people
What other people think?
Yeah, it's their problem. So if they say and they're narrow-minded and they think that we worship Satan, it's not up to me to try to convince them that we are not. It's up to them to develop and to see the truth.
Well, yeah, that's quite wise. I think. Well, I hope.
Because then you're not worried anymore. It's not important what other people think. It's important what you think yourself.
Ich muss sagen, wir sind alle mehr als zufrieden über unseren Erfolg mit Quantum Enigma. Aber wir haben noch viel mehr CDs im Schrank stehen. 6 Stück insgesamt. Und wir werden ein bisschen zurück in Zeit gehen und The Last Crusade für euch spielen. Kennt ihr den? Ja, 5 Leute kennen The Last Crusade. 6, 7, 8.
Thank
And what do you think about the modern, somehow more shallow music? You know, because when I listen to many modern musicians and bands, I see that their lyrics don't make me think about anything. It's too simple, you know. It's too in rock music too, and it makes me sad sometimes. So, how do you think? Does this music should it exist actually?
Yeah, everything what exists should exist because it is there for a reason probably. So it's not up to me to. It's not up to me to decide what other people should do. So, but I decide for myself what I listen to, and I don't listen to most of that crap.
To the shallow music.
Yeah, because I always call it microwave music.
Microwave music.
Yeah.
Like
because it's when you eat microwave food,
like
you eat it.
like fast food.
It's not yeah. Sometimes it tastes good, but then after a while you feel really bad. It's because it's empty. It doesn't contain rich elements in the food, and that's the same with music. This cheap music. With lyrics just meant to sell, and these video clips with a lot of gold and girls. Yeah, it is there, and it is a big market for it. But because it's there, that's why we can do something different.
Something else.
Yeah. So there's also with paintings. It's the same. You have great paintings, but you have also the things that are fashionate, and that people just throw some stuff at a painting and then sell it. Yeah. But yeah, there's a market
and
for everything.
A great amount of money.
Yeah, money is often the thing that makes people decide to do certain things. We do these things, that we make metal because for our love for music, and that there eventually comes a time, and it happened to us like 6 years ago, that we could live from the music. Then it's perfect. But I would not make music that I really don't like myself, make a lot of money with it, because then I would be unhappy.
You will be happy.
And now I'm happy, and that's to make the circle full. That's the most important thing in life, to be happy.
I'm very happy that you are happy, actually. Mark, thank you very much for this great interview. And yeah.
Stuck in the light of day, waiting for answers. A seed that grew into branches. Another page has been bending a ladder. I'll come home. I'm in the light of day, questions for answers. A new life's arms are extending. The final page has turned, sending the letter. Come on home, and I'll sing you the song that has painted your canvas of
I hate my job, holy fuck.
Lekker. Very nice.
Holy fuck, Geneva, Switzerland. Holy fucking fuck. That was an awesome show, again and again and again.
Who is this guy with the glasses?
Oh, sorry, it's me. Holy shit, Geneva, that was awesome. Thank you so much for being there. See you next time.